Now we are going to discuss about nodal analysis, which is one of the important topics. Most of the problems can be solved using nodal analysis. So we'll see what it is. As I said earlier, most of the concepts in your circuit analysis are derived from your three laws. They are Ohm's law, KVL, and KCL. So we know what is Ohm's law, KVL, and KCL. So your nodal analysis is nothing but just KCL and Ohm's law combination will result in nodal analysis concept. Okay, what do you mean by KCL? For any lumped electric circuit at any time t, for any of its nodes, the algebraic sum of the currents leaving the node is zero. The sum of the currents leaving the node is zero. That is your KCL. What is Ohm's law? Ohm's law is nothing but V equal to IR. So if I want I from that, I is nothing but V by R. Okay. So combination of these two will give you nodal equation. We'll see what is the procedure to obtain that equation. The procedure is we are just going to follow three steps. Step one, identifying the number of nodes. Identifying the number of nodes. For a given circuit, we are supposed to identify the number of nodes. Step two, after identifying the nodes, just assign some variable. What do you mean by that? For example, I identified two nodes. Then I supposed to mention those nodes as let V1 and V2 or V and VB or Vx and Vy. It could be any notation. After that, after assigning the variables to the nodes, we are supposed to apply a KCL and then Ohm's law. Then you will get a nodal equation. So we know what is KCL, we know Ohm's law. So now we are going to solve a problem based on nodal analysis. Let us solve a first question. All of you note down. For the circuit shown below, for the circuit shown below, for the circuit shown below, find the node voltage and current through 4 ohm resistor. And current through 4 ohm resistor. The first one is find node voltage. Second one, current through 4 ohm resistor. Sir, what is our step one? Identifying the number of nodes. Tell me how many number of nodes are there in the given circuit? Can someone respond me?
One, sir.
One node is there. See here, a node is nothing but interconnection of minimum 3 or more branches can be called as a node. Even interconnection of two nodes also, two branches also can be called as a node. To be specifically, it is nothing but a principal node. Interconnection of two branches is nothing but a principal node. Interconnection of 3 or more than that, we call it as a node. Now you just look here. We have 3 branches connected here. This side one branch, this side another branch, and in the center we have another branch. 3 branches are connected. So this connecting point, I can call it as a node. So number of nodes are identified, which is 1. Second step, assigning a variable to the node. I'll just assume that V1. I'm just assigning a node voltage as V1. Now, so number of nodes equal to 1. And then step 2, what we have done? Step 2 is nothing but we assume that node voltage is V1. Step 3, what I'm supposed to do? I supposed to apply KCL first and then Ohm's law. What I do here is for every branch, I'll assume current. This branch I'll assume current as I1. And this branch I assume current as I2. And third branch I'll assume current as I3. Okay. All the currents, I'm assuming it as I1, I2, I3, all branch currents. Okay. Now, step 3, I'm going to apply. What is step 3, sir? Apply KCL at the node. What is KCL? Sum of the currents leaving the branch, algebraic sum of the currents leaving the branch, leaving the node is equals to 0. So what are all the currents leaving here? I1, I'm assuming it as a leaving. And also I2, I'm assuming it as a leaving. And I3 also, assuming it as a leaving. All currents, I'm assuming it as leaving. Okay. So I applied the KCL. Sum of the currents leaving the node is equals to 0. Now, and then Ohm's law I supposed to apply. And then Ohm's law. Sir, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to find out a node, unknown node voltage, V1. Then what I supposed to do, sir? I supposed to try to convert this I1 in terms of node V1, I2 in terms of node V1, if possible I3 in terms of node V1. We'll see what are all that branch currents. Is it possible to write in terms of node voltage? We'll try to do that. Why I supposed to do that? If I mention that only, I can find out V1. My aim is to now find out V1. So I'll use Ohm's law and I'll convert all currents in terms of the node voltage. Now, look at the first branch. First, for a first branch, how we are supposed to write? This is the important step. Everybody notice here. In the first branch, for V1, node V1, a voltage 10 volt is connected. And positive terminal is connected to V1. Positive terminal is connected to V1. Then when you are writing a nodal equation, you should take opposite sign. V1 minus 10 divided by 2. If positive is connected, we should take minus here. If negative is connected, we should take plus here. Okay, V1 minus 10 divided by 2. What is this 2? Resistance. Resistance in this branch is 2 ohms. So now it is in the form of V by R. What is V by R? Your I. Okay, first branch is over. Very simple. Now I'm going to apply for second branch. Look at the second branch. Only V1 node is there. Apart from that, in that branch, no other voltages are there. Only node V1. So what I do? V1 divided by, there is no other voltages, divided by the resistance in the second branch is 4 ohms. Third one. Look everyone. A voltage source is there in the third branch. And negative terminal is connected to V1. So what I supposed to do? V1 plus 6 divided by, what is the resistance in the third branch? Total resistance only 2 ohms is there. So divided by 2 is equals to 0. Okay, sir, I hope everyone understood what we are supposed to do in step 3. Write the KCL at the node, which is nothing but the algebraic sum of the currents leaving the node is 0. So I1 plus I2 plus I3 equal to 0. Next, apply the Ohm's law. Ohm's law, what we are going to do here? We will write each current, if possible, in terms of node voltage. Why so? To find out that node voltage. So I'm writing here, what is the procedure to be followed? For a first branch, if you notice, a positive terminal of the voltage is connected to V1. So I should subtract it if positive is connected. V1 minus 10 divided by 2. 2 is resistance here. For third only, there is no voltage source. So it is going to be V1 divided by 4. And for third, a voltage source is there. and negative is connected to V1. So V1 plus 6 divided by 2, that equal to 0. So in some textbooks, apart this equation also can be mentioned as V1 minus 10, they mention here 0, minus 0, and V1 minus 0. V1 plus 6 minus 0. Why that 0 means, if you look at every branch is connected to ground potential. Always we take ground potential 0 volts, sir. We take the ground potential as 0 volt. So see, even if I subtract 0 from that term, my answer is not going to affect. So some books, they don't represent it in the equation. Some textbooks, even that 0 also will be included. It is indicating that 0, indicating that this ground potential. Okay. So so far anybody is having a doubt, so that I will clarify. Clear? Can someone respond me? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, how do you decide the direction of the current, sir?
Very good. Good question. We are assuming that all the currents are leaving. All currents, I'm assuming that all currents are leaving. We can assume like that. Okay. So in case you may have a doubt, sir, how you will say that the current is leaving? In case if it is entering, your answer you are going to get, in a negative sign. For example, say I1 I'm getting 10 ampere, but actually I1 is entering, not leaving. Then answer is going to be minus 10 ampere. You will get a negative sign. Apart from that, nothing else. Okay. So all the currents you can assume assume it as leaving, or you can assume all the currents are entering. One current leaving, one current entering. Don't assume like that. Either you assume all the currents are leaving, or you assume all the currents are entering. Anything is fine. So finally, your answer is not going to get affected. Understood? We are assuming that all currents are leaving. Good question. Any other questions? Yeah, okay. So now we'll proceed. Now simplifying this equation, that's it. What do you get? What is the LCM? LCM is 4. Simplify that. LCM is 4. So V1 minus 10 multiplied by 2 plus V1 plus here you have V1 plus 6 multiplied by 2, that equal to 0. Am I right? Yeah, V1 minus 10 multiplied by 2 with 4 one time, so plus V1 you will get 2 with 4 2 times, so V1 plus 6 into 2. Is it right? So just simplify 4, multiply to the right hand side, simplification 2V1 minus 20 plus V1 plus 2V1 plus 12 is equals to 0. V1 how many times? 2, 3, 5. 5V1. Here minus 20. Here plus 12. How much you will get? 8, correct? Yeah, 8. So V1 equal to 8 by 5 volt. So if you simplify this, how many times? 1.6, correct? Is it right or not? 8 divided by 5. Okay, you can just cross check, no problem. So now any student tell me node voltage we obtained. Fine, that's fine. I want someone to respond for this question. Second question. The current flowing through 4 ohms. What is the answer?
Sir, 1.6 by 4.
So one student is telling that 1.6 divided by 4. Any other guesses from your side? Is it right or any other answers? The current flowing through 4 ohm is 1.6 divided by 4. That is the answer from one student. Any other guesses from your side? No guesses. 1.6 divided by 4 is correct. Very good. See here, just notice What is the current flowing through 4 ohm? I2. Sir, instead of I2, what did you write here, sir? Just notice just below that. V1 minus 0 divided by 4. It means V1 by 4. So current flowing through your 4 ohm is nothing but V1 divided by 4. So what is V1? 1.6 divided by 4. Correct. I think 0.4 amperes you'll get. Am I right? (1.6) divided by 4. Correct or not? Yes.